There is a small kitchen, bathed in soft morning sunlight, in one of the apartment buildings in Tokyo. Every morning, a young woman enters it. She easily tears a plastic package of sauce from any side with 2 fingers and pours the contents onto a plate. She washes her hands without touching the soap dispenser and calmly leaves the house. Her breathing is even, and her nervous system is in a state of deep peace. Not a single object resisted her, and somewhere on the other side of the world, someone is standing in the middle of their kitchen, feeling their pulse quicken. This person has just spent 2 minutes trying to open the tough packet of salad dressing. They tried to tear it with their hands, and when the packet finally gave way, the sauce splashed onto their white shirt. The workday hasn't even begun, but a heavy fatigue and dull anger are already felt. What if the difference between these people completely depends on a few almost invisible engineering solutions? By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how you can eliminate this background stress forever. Before we move on to these brilliant solutions, we need to talk about an idea we have carried inside us our whole lives. We have been convinced that everyday inconveniences are the norm. If a lid won't open, you must apply more force. If a package won't tear, you have to go get a knife. The Western industry has been saving money on packaging design for years, shifting the responsibility onto you. We are so used to this that we always end up blaming ourselves. But your stress and ruined morning hours are absolutely not your fault. It is the consequence of a system that creates things without respect for your mental health. When you fight a stubborn piece of plastic, you receive a real dose of the stress hormone. 10 such minor episodes a morning gather into a heavy snowball that quietly exhausts you. In Japanese culture, there is a deep philosophy of omotenashi, which means anticipating the needs of a guest even before they mention them. This principle is literally stitched into every plastic bag on the shelf. Take the simplest solution, the magic cut. In the West, we are used to looking for a barely visible notch, and if we miss it, the packet simply stretches. Japanese engineers created packaging with micro-perforation along the entire length of the seam. You grab the packet from any side, and it obediently tears exactly in a straight line. You do not need scissors, and you do not need to use your teeth. When an object opens without resistance, your brain receives a microscopic dose of dopamine instead of cortisol. Your environment quietly tells you that it was created to support you, not to test your patience. You stop wasting precious energy fighting inanimate objects. And here's something else happens when it comes to your favorite drinks. You buy an expensive iced coffee, but 20 minutes later, the melting ice turns it into a watery liquid. The Japanese approach does not accept this loss of quality and massively uses 2 brilliant solutions. The first is reusable metal ice cubes made of food-grade steel, which hold the cold 3 times longer. The second is freezing the very essence of the drink in the form of perfect geometric blocks of pure coffee. When such ice melts in a glass of milk, the drink only becomes richer. This is a deep philosophical metaphor, teaching us not to let circumstances dilute our joy and our peace. If this approach has already changed your perception of irritating little things, subscribe so you do not miss the next unobvious habits that return control over your life. The next solution saves your hands during every quick lunch. When you open a regular ketchup packet, you must use 2 hands to tear it, risking getting your fingers dirty. Japanese engineers created a small rectangular container that holds 2 types of sauce at once. You take it with 1 hand and simply squeeze it in half. The bottom has an invisible cut that opens from the pressure, dropping both sauces onto the dish in a perfectly straight line. Your fingers are absolutely clean, and you do not need any napkins. This solution completely destroys any friction between you and your lunch. When things work so cleanly, your brain receives a signal that you are in a safe environment. Let's move to the kitchen sink, where slipping plastic soap bottles create an endless cycle of cleaning. The Japanese approach does not accept such compromises with your comfort. They use automatic sensor dispensers or pumps that can be pressed with the sponge itself using just one hand. You eliminate unnecessary interaction with dirty surfaces because you do not need to touch any bottles at all. This same principle of the absolute elimination of physical friction continues in the bathroom. In the West, taking a shower is often perceived as a chore to scrub your body with a harsh loofah. In Japan, they use electric waterproof brushes that gently massage the skin and do all the mechanical work for you. Your home begins to function as a reliable, quiet mechanism that works exclusively for your recovery. Now, it is worth mentioning food design, because Western snacks are designed to maximize inconvenience. They crumble, stain fingers with grease, and drop crumbs onto your keyboard. Japanese culinary engineers saw this as a professional challenge and created spiral chips on a wooden skewer. This change in shape completely transforms your experience because your fingers never touch the greasy surface. You can work peacefully without destroying the cleanliness of your space. They lift the invisible burden of constant control over your own tidiness off your shoulders. All these things might seem like toys for the lazy, but their true essence lies in the deep conservation of your cognitive resources. Every day, your brain is capable of making only a limited number of decisions. If you spend mental energy fighting tight lids or dirty packaging, you have no strength left for what truly matters. The Japanese culture of minimalism teaches us that every object must serve us, rather than us having to adapt to its flaws. You should not feel guilty that everyday little things annoy you. Your nervous system is simply signaling that your space is organized incorrectly. Start small by replacing that soap bottle with an automatic dispenser or finding metal cubes for your drinks. When you begin to integrate these quiet solutions, your morning will become significantly lighter. Your home will cease to be an obstacle course and will transform into your personal, comfortable fortress. Allow the right things to make your life invisibly but drastically better.